Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have an awesome opportunity for you to get into the brains of some brainy geniuses here, the dev team behind a brand new token, Humanity, the Humanity Project. And so we have this opportunity to sit down with these five guys who are putting together this project, and you and I as cowboys, we're out here in the Wild West and we're trying to figure out who can we trust, what are projects that we could sink our hard-earned money into. And these guys are coming here to show us like, hey, it's them. We're guys we could trust. If you're new to the channel, my name is Aaron. I'm on a journey to 1 Bitcoin. I'm a brand new crypto investor. I started in December, and so here I am just interviewing different teams and dev teams and seeing, hey, who am I able to trust out here in the Wild West? And so if you want to follow along in that journey, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give me a thumbs up if you are feeling generous, particularly generous today. So I would really appreciate that. Now, the Humanity Project, I'm just excited to get into here. A little bit of background on what I'm doing here. A lot of crypto YouTubers out there, they get paid from different coins to promote their coin. And good for them. I'm not kind of trying to dog on that, but I do want to say that I was approached by these coins, and then I asked these different coins, I was like, hey, are you willing to do an interview with me? Show your face, show some transparency. Are you willing to do that? And a lot of these other coins said no, maybe next time, now's not the right time, or for whatever reason, good or bad reasons, I don't know. But that kind of sends a particular message to me, okay? Except for these guys. These guys, they approached me, they're like, hey, we want to talk to you about our coin. I said, okay, bet. But you have to show your face. I want to do a interview with you guys and stand on your project. I said, no problem. And they're willing to take any open criticism or any questions that I have for them. And I said, look, you're in the hot seat. You need to convince these guys, the dev team needs to convince you, the watcher, hey, why you guys are a good project to invest in. So I want to welcome to the interview the dev team behind Humanity Token. We got Robert, Ali, Jordan, Ryan, and Indy. Welcome to the interview, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate that. Just so you know, as a viewer, Indy, he's having some internet troubles, so no worries. We all have internet troubles, right? So it is all good. Let's just start off this interview here with the first question. Hey, I want to know some of you guys' background, how all of you guys, a little bit about you guys, what you guys did before this and how you guys came together. And maybe you could take turns and dish that around.
Yeah, go on, I'll go first. So in terms of background, I run another business on the side with my father. We've been running that now for about 7 years, and we've always been, so we deliver photocopiers, and we've always been donating to charities. So we actually donate some of our own stock, and we've been doing that, and it's only a small contribution, but we've been doing that now for about 7 years. Crypto, I got back into it at the end of last year, and it just caught my attention. There was so much going on. There's so many people saying that they're losing money and making loads of money, and it was just something that I couldn't miss out on. So anyway, I took a gamble at the end of last year. Sort of a couple of months into this year, I've made a little bit of money, and then I've met up with these guys, and again, we're all investors, we're all new, and we just decided like, hey, look, let's make a difference, let's do something that counts, and here we are.
Awesome.
Yeah, I can go second. For me, I run two businesses. I run two pizza places out in Michigan in the United States. I got into crypto last year in 2009, 2 years ago, 2019. And, it started off shaky, but things are great. I'm in the stock market and in here, but been a long-time investor. I was holding Bitcoin at the crash for COVID. I was with up. So I've seen the ups, the downs. But yeah, we got together and we thought, what's the best thing to do is to do for charity. That's, at the end of the day, giving is always the best thing. And, we got together. We thought this would be a great idea. Ryan had the idea to start off with, and we all backed him 110%. The idea of giving, I come from a third world country to start off with, and you see the hardships that people go through every day, and if we can make it any better for them, we're all for it.
Got it.
Similar for me, similar to the other guys. Been doing stocks for a few years now. Got into crypto land sort of back end of last year, beginning of this year. Been sort of speaking to a few of these guys for a while. I work, my sort of 9 to 5 at the minute is very much based around sort of charities and working with charities, and it made sense when I sort of got speaking to Ryan. It's a project that I wanted to get behind, so yeah.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, so for myself, obviously, it's exactly the same, pretty much as the other guys. I don't want to kind of keep it repeating, saying it, but obviously, when I was a little younger, probably a couple of years back, obviously, I've seen videos on YouTube and things like that, and that's kind of how I came into the crypto space and also kind of the stock space as well. And then kind of just dabbled a bit here and there, and obviously, more and more as I've obviously got jobs and stuff like that, I've had a bit more money I can play around with in these kind of things, and that's kind of where I've met these guys. And kind of, as Rob said, it's a good project, and obviously why I wouldn't support that is beyond me. It's great. I've worked with I used to be a part of a marching band, which used to be charity as well, and I used to love doing it. It was great making people happy, things like that, and there's nothing better.
Okay. Indy, can you hear us?
Yeah. Sorry about that. So I work in the aerospace. I work in that for them, so I've always been into tech and technology and so on. When I first got into crypto, just I find a bit of my interest has grown from there. Again, and expanding into how it all and so on. And then again, same as these guys, I want to think with on it, and that's how we got to the.
Gotcha. So I'm looking at this coin here. I heard that, Ryan, it seems like you were the main person behind the initial inception behind this. I'm sure you needed the team also, but it seemed like it started with you, I think. Can you tell me, what is the Humanity Project all about?
So we're a new token. We're using tokenomics as well as all the others coming about in the market nowadays. And the main project behind us is to further all humanitarian causes however we can. And that's just, at the end of the day, the charity is the key, and that's what we're working for. Whether we can only donate a small bit or a big bit, it's no difference to us. Any donation counts. Any help counts. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing.
How does the tokenomics work? How does the charity work? How does all that work for you guys?
So the tokenomics are currently set up at 6%, 6% to the liquidity pool and 4% reflection. The 4% reflection is distributed between holders, and the 6% goes into the LP. From there, we dedicate 2% to charity, and we'll take that from the LP and donate it to charity, whether that's once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, once a quarter. It's sat there and it's dedicated, and that's how it's going to be. It's all about picking up at the minute, and obviously there's a slight crash going on in the background, so the LP is not too high. But again, we are still making donations. First day we donated £1,000, and again we're going to do another one off air in a minute. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what we're about. We're about giving back, and we're about helping out.
Gotcha. So I've got a slew of questions here. And I hope you're in the hot seat, okay? So you gotta let me know what's going on here. How do you decide when you're gonna donate? Like you said, whether it's 1 week or 1 month or whatever. Like, how do you decide when you're gonna donate? How does that work?
So ideally for us, we want to donate as large as possible. Mm-hmm. So in a realistic world, we'd like to donate sort of once a month. Okay. Again, you've got countless amounts of FUD going around, and this is why we have to do little donations to prove to these people that we are true to our word. Obviously, for us, we want to hit them bigger donations, but that revolves a while of waiting, and obviously that period of waiting there is when the FUD starts. So when that kicks in, even if we can only donate a smaller portion, we'll do that.
Yeah.
But ideally, obviously, we're looking to get to the once a month, to the bigger donations.
Gotcha. So how old is this project?
Bill?
Yeah.
So the aim of our project. Yeah. The aim of our project is to drive it through the community. Have the community pick on when we do. that's once a month. If it's once a week, then maybe once a week. It's all designed to let the community decide how we get how we
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
I think, Aaron, that's what attracted me to the project originally, because a lot of the projects going around are very focused on a particular area, and when I sort of spoke with Ryan initially, we were looking at furthering humanitarian causes across the board. So we weren't led by one particular thing. We wanted to get involved in supporting wherever we could and let the community come to us with ideas and ventures that we could, support. We don't want to design that. We want them, we want the community to help us to find these causes to give back to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna let the holders choose, because we got people from India, people from and everybody who invests. For example, we're trying to donate to India very soon, and we've got all these people in India, and we want to give them the choice. If you're a holder from India, when we put it up, we would have put up the banner. We get all these votes for India. It shows, you support your own place and your own, your own charities this way. Much better.
Got it.
Yeah.
So I'm here. If I'm hearing this right, the amount of times to donate will eventually be, based on the community. They'll take a vote or something and they'll donate. And the type of donation or charity of donation will eventually be based around the community whenever you guys take votes.
100%. So
Okay.
in the long run, we want to be able to do polls. We want to be able to let the community choose the charities each time, and we won't give them a list of charities and then the other ones are forgotten about. They'll be the next month's choice, and eventually we will work through as many as we can. And we don't want to limit to just one when we could help out all of them. So
Gotcha. So I have a little bit of concern here, and help me to understand a little bit. Say I have a charity. Say there's like 100 people, and say 51% of the people out there, they want to donate to India, but 49% out there, like myself, want to donate to Alaska. Okay, for whatever reason. Now, when we donate to India, will that make me feel bad for not getting my donation to Alaska?
No, of
Switch
course
it over
not.
to next month. Because what we'll do is the highest voted ones will roll over to next month. So 51 to 49. Now next month we will include Alaska in the voting. Now Alaska should be on the top. No, it should be on the top. We'll move India till the next time.
And building off that, the whole time we've been transparent. If that situation was to happen, we would then give it to the community, and we'd give them an option, as in, okay, for example, let's say we're going to give £5,000 to the India side. Okay, we could then go back to the community and say, all right, guys, we're close here. How about we split it? Why don't we do both?
Oh, okay, cool. So you're like acting as like a little arbiter and like, hey, this is what's the situation here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I this is a personal belief of mine. I'm not sure if this is correct or not. I really don't know. But I like to have a singular focus and driving towards a driving goal. And so I've always had those problems. I mean, this is just a small concern. I've always had problems where the whole community votes and tries to like decide for itself, versus like one person just like this sounds terrible, but like as a dictator, like this is where we're going this way, and then if you want to hop on, you could join or hop off and not join. And that doesn't work for every scenario, granted. But my question is, how is the community driving the community aspect of it? Why is that so important to you guys? Why is that better than someone saying this is where we're going, rather than the community saying let's all vote on this thing together? Like, why the community being the governance here?
Purely because the community is everything. We are nothing without them. It's so simple. We wouldn't be anything without the support, without the community, without the holders. So why not give them the choice? Why not bring them on it? And the thing with the majority of communities is they're not just investing; they are a part of the token. And it's the same. It relates to anything. If you have subscribers, followers, etc., they are a part of you. So why not give them the chance to jump on and be involved?
Yeah.
We want to keep them engaged on every level.
Yeah.
So whatever decisions, we want to keep the community engaged. So if that's donate a month, that's if it's just a one donation, then it's up to the community. And then how we progress month to month, again, it's the driving force is.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean, one more thing, we don't want to have as these donation cryptos grow. I feel like it starts to become fear and uncertainty. How much do they have? How much can they spend? We want to keep the community engaged. We have this much, it's ready to go. Where do you guys want to send it? What do you have this much? It keeps everybody. You want the people to feel just as strongly about the charity as you do. You don't want
Gotcha.
people just to feel like, oh, it's just an investment. I'm going to pull my money out and call profits, which is great. It's always important to call profits. At the same time, it's also important to do charity because you got to remember the utility of the coin is to give to the people.
Gotcha. So I have two questions from here now. So you all mentioned the importance of charity in your life in one aspect or another. I myself, I have my own personal beliefs where I donate 10% away from my income to different charities. So, like, here's the thing: there are so many stinking tokens out there. I'm a lone ranger in this wild west, and I see the bright lights of every token. This Inu dog, this all these tokens are asking for my money, and I have very limited, but they all are giving away to charity. What makes you guys different? Why you guys amongst a slew of charity tokens? And they granted that some are more stronger stance on the charity. You guys are one of the more stronger stances of like, we are a charity token, versus other ones are like, we're going to the moon, and oh yeah, by the way, we're going to donate to this charity. So like it's kind of like a politician saying, I'm going to donate to this charity. Like I'm not really. So why you guys amongst a slew of all these tokens saying they're donating to charity?
What, you guys?
Can I answer that?
Yeah, so
Very simply,
go on.
Yeah.
do not hold. So they very one reason, because they're tokens. So none of any tokens whatsoever. We made this up. Our mission was here to, and that is our goal, and we're aligned with that goal. And so we decided we were not going to have any tokens whatsoever. So none of the devs hold any tokens.
So you don't hold any token.
No, and building on what Indy said, so the main focus for us is, again, we don't hold the tokens. Our incentive isn't to make the money, isn't to go to the moon like the majority of the other tokens. Our incentive is to become big. We want our faces plastered in the world doing a good thing. We want to be known. There's a lot of tokens out there that they won't reveal their face, and we're here.
Yeah.
We want to be known. We want to be known to be doing a good thing.
Yeah.
And going back to what separates us from the others, that's another thing that we don't look at it in that sense. We don't want to be better than any other charity coin. We want to just be another charity token helping. When it comes to charity, there's no competition. There shouldn't be one better than the other. It should be a community.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
that's the reason, Aaron, that was one of the reasons why we didn't want to necessarily focus on a particular area, because there is so much need across the board. We wanted to be in a position where, do you know what, if there is a particular issue at the minute, such as the pandemic, we could focus on that. If there's another area, we can focus on that. We don't want to just be, we want to be led by the community, and that's how we've always had our vision right from the off.
We are a part of the community.
Yeah. Wow. So let me just pause here. You're saying, Indy, you guys own 0 token, 0.
Correct.
And so your major, and your major incentive is to help the charities of the world, different humanitarian projects that the community decides on. That is your number one. Are you telling me you are here because there is something in your heart? There's something that the way you were made or brought up, or you feel. You're telling me, and you're telling the viewers that the reason why you spend hours in development and talking and meetings, and I'm sure your own money, is because you want to see different humanitarian causes in the world flourish and get a little better.
100%.
Amazing.
Again, we're new. We all invest ourselves. We've got our own income. We've got our own investments going on. We want we don't want to make loads of money off a coin and disappear. We want to be known for the long run. We want to be around, and we want our faces. We want to be able to hold our hands up and say, look what we've done. Look how we've helped.
Yeah.
It's
So
it's so much bigger for us.
One of our end goals is we've talked about foundations, creating a foundation further down the line. It's, things like that. We would love for that to be a part of what we've done and a legacy in this coin. Really.
Yeah.
gotcha. So, okay. So look, I want to hear from Jordan. He hasn't said anything, so I want to hear from this bright mind sitting in the corner here. Jordan, what you tell me with brutal honesty, what is your number one driving motivation for you to be involved in this project?
Well, like I said earlier, I was a part of it was like a youth group, and obviously that actually is still is a charity now. And obviously I grew up kind of in that atmosphere. I met a lot of my friends there, and obviously with that it was very very small. So we kind of were just trying to do as much as we can to bring in funds, and it meant that people as well as my age, we had somewhere to go, meet up, and we could all socialise and things like that. And to me, when I was younger, that was a big part. I used to go, and they were my best friends. Unfortunately, I don't speak to as many of them as nowadays. Obviously, that happens when you get older, and I just feel like things like that. That's kind of key, and because that's played such a big part in my life, I kind of want to give back to those that are also trying to help people, and to other charities. Us donating to those, they're helping, and I feel like if I myself can help be a part of helping others, that makes me feel good. I'm sure it does with anyone. I'm sure even if you help someone carry some bags across the road, that any help, any sort of help is good, and it feels nice, and at the end of the day, it makes you sleep easier at night. And that kind of stuff there, I think that's kind of what's more needed in society more nowadays. More people need to help each other rather than kind of compete. As Ryan said earlier, like in some ways it's good that there's more coins that are promoting that they donate to charity, because at the end of the day there's no competition. If there's more coins, that's great. That means more charities are getting more help to kind of spread the word of what's needed doing and helping more people and helping more things get sorted, and I think that's great.
Yeah, so actually, it's funny. We have a vested interest or something like common background. A lot of people might not know this, but I used to be a youth pastor, a youth director for a youth group. I did that for 8 years, and over the time of 8 years, I've like married off some of these kids, and they got lives and stuff like that, and I've seen kids go from like really bad situations, and for whatever reason they came to our youth group, and like things got worked out there with like the volunteers and just the community as a whole. And then then I see them like having babies and all that kind of stuff, and it's kind of like amazing. So yeah, I can really connect with your story on a real personal level, because we ran off of donations. We ran. It's like you're not making money as a youth group, and I think I personally connect with that on a common ground level. And man, I really love that you were able to say like, hey, we are here for the charities. We're not motivated by the money, and that really resonates with me. Ali, you had something to say?
Yeah. I don't know if you know, any of you guys know the country of Yemen. I don't know if you know Aaron, but Yemen is in the top 6 poorest countries in the world. I grew up there until I was 9 years old before I moved to the States. I moved to Detroit, Michigan. The greatest of places, but definitely better than Yemen, growing up there, you see these crazy things, man. Like my country's destroyed by war and famine. There's like, dude, it's terrible. And as you see the pictures and you see what's called, it hurts, man. You see these kind of things. It's like you gotta be kidding me. Human beings are living like this. And then just last month was Ramadan, and it's just, dude, it's insane to think that these people go through all this time. Where they're the type of people not to eat meat only once a week just because they don't have it. They can't afford it. It's insane, dude. During Ramadan, the mosque that I go to, we got together and donated $125,000 just to try to, do what we gotta do what we can.
Jeez. That's
Beautiful place.
that's awesome, man. It's like, see, I think that's what it was missing for me, is like all these other coins and developers and tokens, they're all wanting to, like donate to charity. So I have like a higher level philosophical question for you in a second, but just to get my thoughts out, it's like I want to see like where you guys' background was, because charity is so it could be taken like two different ways, right? I mean, like charity could be like a politician's way and not mean anything, or and then like and it could like blind a lot of people, and it could you could influence a lot of people doing bad things, or it could be do amazing things in the world. And so I'm really glad I get a good vibe from you guys. Um, on just the hard stance. Even when I pushed you, and in the hot seat, I was like, "You look me in the eye," and you tell me, and you guys did not even flinch. And so I really love that factor. Now, here's my higher level philosophical question. Right, little lizard brain is trying to grow into little crocodile here. He- um, why, why is it? Why do you think? And I could go. You could go around. Why do you think all these tokens want to donate to charity? What I mean, what's the allure for charity, or what's not? Maybe allures, maybe is skewing it bad, but why in our generation? And I'm assuming all of us are relatively within the same age. It looks like within about 15 years or so. Um, why is it like that? It's charity is such a wide-scaping thing in crypto. Like all these tokens are donating trade. You guys know what I'm asking? Like,
Yeah.
why is it such a popular thing here?
Yeah, personally, I believe it's crypto's been around for a long while, and the public are trying to get it out there. And what better way to do it than to give back? And the charity factor, it plays a big part, because there's a lot of skeptical thoughts on the crypto industry as a whole, whether we're looking at Bitcoin as or anything. And
Yeah.
again, there's so many people have got so many queries, and then I don't know about you, but if you're new looking in and you're looking at these new tokens and people are warning you about this stuff, but then on the flip side of that, you can look out at a couple of other ones and you can see that they're actually doing good in the world. And
Yeah.
it's bringing in larger people into the crypto space, and that's what's good for the crypto space. And
Right.
that's what we need. We need to come together and we need to do good things, and prove that good things can come out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brings it into the mainstream.
Yeah, for our, man, the thing about charity that sells is that, for one, we live in an age where somebody could post a picture out in, Trinidad, Zimbabwe, wherever, and I could see it instantly. I can go on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever, and I'll see it instantly. So now I feel like there's more exposure to these countries that are poor, where the kids are, you got kids starving, no schools, it's terrible. I mean, seriously, I'm being honest with you. When I was in Yemen, I seen a kid, and you could literally see his rib cage through his skin. It's terrifying, dude. You see that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, and it's like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just insane. Like, you can't imagine these kind of things, but it's just, now I feel like they're more of a driving force for charity, just because these things are more online and more visible to the world. Before, they
Yeah.
really weren't. Like, you see what the media puts out for you, but now it's like you see everything as a whole. The whole picture is available for you.
So how do you guys choose your charities here then? So like all these charities, like honestly, I've been looking at at the news, and all these politicians are donating to their own charities, and I'm not really vibing with that. I don't really trust that at all. Or they donate to a charity and there's like some nonsense in the background, or there's some nonsense with tax that they kind of. How do you choose these charities right now? I know that the community will choose in the future, and more importantly, what's the most right now for I guess individually? What's your most important philanthropical shoot lizard brain trying to get big here word? What's the most important cause for you? So that one, and how are you going to choose these charities?
Again, so the idea behind us is we're not a dedicated charity. We are humanitarian. So this doesn't limit us down to just a couple of charities. We can broad out, whether we can help children, we can help starvation, we can help rebuilding, we can help water. There's so many different streams that we can go through. This was our main purpose, to branch out. So we've broadened our horizons. We don't want to be just donating to one cause when we could donate to hundreds.
So are you saying that you're not donating to charities, you're donating to like a cause,
So
like
we are donating to charities. Again, at
Okay.
the minute, we're scrolling through humanitarian charities, and we're picking. We are relaying this to the community, and the community is agreeing. And then as soon as the community agrees, we click.
Okay.
And that's
Gotcha.
the way we are at the minute currently. Again,
The first conversation we had when we launched the other day, the first conversation where we were talking about charities and what we'd like to do were charities that we were working with as well, that are close to our heart, that we've worked with in the past, we've seen in the past doing good work. That's where initially we've started. But as Ryan said there, we are, we want to be led by the community, but by our community, and that I think is how we will look to run going forward. But initially we've sort of looked at things close to our hearts. Certainly, what's going on in the world as well in terms of COVID and things like that. We're looking at that. That's another area that we would want to support. So with India, it's very bad over there at the minute. So if we can support that cause, then get for us, that's
Gotcha.
fantastic.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I have something to say too. The greatest
It's all charities that are
yeah. But the greatest thing
to
about
us,
being
the ones that we feel.
Let's take Indy first, and then Ali. Let's take Indy, then Ali.
Yeah, but I would say so. We're picking charities which are closer to our heart, so the ones that we can relate to the most at the moment. Discussion. We all decided. We voted on which.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, eventually, it's going to be community. The next donation after the one we do today will be driven through the community, and they will decide which charity it will be.
Awesome. Awesome.
the greatest thing about crypto charities and our project being community driven is that tragedies strike every single day. No one expects a tragedy to happen; it just happens. For example, the tsunami a few years ago in Japan. You've got forest fires out in Australia. You've got all these crazy things that happen, and everybody wants to donate at that time, and it's great because you're helping the cause as the cause comes. And you've got COVID relief in India right now. Boom, help them out. You've got you just don't know the forest fires a few months ago in Australia. Dude, I was literally watching live video of animals getting burned down in forest fires. It's insane, and they were trying to get to all the animals, and they didn't have enough funds for all that. But it was insane. And the greatest thing about this is that we can get to it as the need arises. When something happens, we're there.
We're relevant.
We're there. Like okay, who can we donate to? Great, they accept crypto. Here's $10,000. Here's $20. Whatever we can give them. And that's the most important thing is when need arises. It's great to donate to charities, but sometimes you're donating to a charity that's sitting on a pile of money, which is great. But at the same time, you want to donate to the people that actually need it at the moment.
Yeah. Awesome. So let's talk about the project here. As an investor, I'm going to put my investor hat on. Where are you taking me? Where is the humanity token, the humanity project going? What's paint for me the ideal picture for the humanity project here? If like end game, final scenario, like we made it. This is the picture. Paint that picture for me.
So there is no end game. There is no end game. Why would there be? It's a very, very simple one. All agreed on from the start. There's no limit to what we want to achieve. So we've got our roadmap, and there's never going to be a point in time where we're not thinking, oh, we could do that. Let's do that. There's always going to be something bigger. Obviously, we want to be well known. We want to be big enough that we can do these big donations. We want to be relevant, and we want to help out. And obviously, in the background, we have got other projects going on that we will implement down the line. Obviously, I'm not going to reveal them just yet, but there again, on the token side of things, there is no end goal. Why would there be?
Okay. So I appreciate that answer, and the reason why I appreciate that answer is Simon Sinek. He's like some speaker. He talks about how organizations have to play the infinite game. There's organizations that play a finalized game, and there's another organization that plays the infinite game just to keep getting better. So I really do agree with that, and that's that answer. However, so where is the game? Where do you guys see yourself in a year then? Like, where are we going as a project? Is it going to be is there going to be a platform out? Is there like an NFT space? Is there I'm not sure, right? I'm just asking here. What is some of the things that you're trying to accomplish and say, hey, look, we accomplished a whole bunch of stuff?
Okay, so you're spot on. I can't give away too many ideas because I can't, but you are spot on. There's going to be a wallet.
Okay.
There's going to be an NFT marketplace.
That makes all the sense in the world, right?
Okay, and there is going to be another big thing coming on top of that.
Can you give me a hint? Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to make a follow-up video then. Follow-up video when it comes out. Follow-up video for
We
sure.
definitely have to
For
make
sure. Yeah.
100%.
Okay. So another question. You guys emphasized earlier in the call the importance of community. Okay, the importance of what will you be doing to grow that community? This could be like a marketing thing, but it could also be just like a community building. What is the plan to grow the community, to solidify the community and grow the community?
We've got, I mean, so far we've done very generic things. So we've got a number of social media channels out. I think what we don't want to do is have like a scattergun approach. So we feel it's better to drive down into particular streams of media. So that, you know, TikTok, Discord, all that sort of stuff, YouTube. I think if we focus our energy on a particular stream, then we'll do it well instead of trying to cover multiple different channels. We will do that eventually, obviously, but I think it's absolutely key that we stay focused on a particular channel. We do that, we smash it, we move on, we hit the next one, and it continues from there.
Agreed. I mean, I really like that plan. I'm like, I really like that plan. I'm looking at your website right now. Looks like you only have two sources of community, your Twitter and your Telegram, and I guess your website, that's fine. But yeah, I really agree. Good mindset. In my opinion, that's a good mindset. Yeah.
Building on what Rob said, obviously, we've got the rest of the team. So we've got Charlie and Lewis dedicated to the marketing. So they're constantly searching for new approaches. We've got Shakti on the research, as well as Tony looking for influencers. We've got Rab handling the community, and again, we never wanted to blow it all in one go. We're a charity-driven token. We didn't want to just be flat out there and then get dumped. That's not the idea. That's not how we want to work. We want the steadier the growth, the more flat, the more steady, the more of a trustworthy community, the better. And that's what we're aiming for. And obviously, we've got the Discord going, which we're going to set up, and again with all the other social platforms. But we didn't want to rush into everything all in one go. We wanted it all to be controlled and contained. Yeah. And I think that's the main one.
Yeah, you see all the time all these new tokens blowing up 1,000%, and then
Yeah.
they dump insane amounts, and it's like, dude, you guys were just at like 5 zeros and like 9, and now you're at like 8 zeros and what's all, and it makes it seem like it's a pump and dump before anything, a rug pull, whatever you want to call it. Steady growth is probably the safest way. You want to see it go like this. You don't need to see it go like this.
No,
right.
Steady growth is key.
Time, yeah.
Steady organic growth is key. That's what we want. And even with our community, we want to grow it organically. We don't want an influx of 10,000 new holders within a day, which is going to set our price up 10x, and then it's going to dump the next day. That's not what we want.
Right.
Obviously, we won't complain for 10,000 holders in a day.
No, we won't.
We're all about the community. We want the steadiness. We want it to be contained. And again, we want activeness through the community, because that's what we're driven from.
Yeah.
We don't want
absolutely.
That's what we don't want.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I think anytime extreme growth happens, it really stresses out, and it's a major test of your current structural systems in place. And a lot of times people fail those tests, and then everything breaks, and then you it's hard to recover from that structural break, because the structures that you run an organization at 1,000 people, it's different from like 100,000 people, completely different. So yeah, I fully agree with that. I'm curious about just how do you build community though? Like, what are some actual tangible things that you're going to be doing? I know that you said one social media platform at a time. I know that you said like, hey, we're going to focus and drive down on that particular thing, and there's some marketing looking for different ways. But give me some practical steps. Like, what are you guys doing behind the scenes? Like, practically, are you guys are you planning on doing multiple posts a day, engaging on Twitter for right now, and then moving on to like a YouTube channel? Or give me some practical things here.
Exactly what you just said there. I think we first and foremost, we're going to look at, we want to be very active in terms of how we correspond with our community. I think we've even talked about having actual community events further down the line that, people can attend, get involved, and they may happen. Yeah, that's something we talked about, obviously, depending on where where people are based, they might have to be set up in different ways. But yeah, we talked about getting actual communities in the room together would be, completely alien to the crypto world.
That would be so
Why
cool.
not? Well, why not? Yeah, why? That's what we're about. We're building a community, so why can't these people meet? So yeah, I think things like that, and then like you say, YouTube channels and being very active all
Yeah.
the time with our community. And we're all, to be fair, everyone on the team, all the devs are always sort of as active as we can be, and we always engage. We're always talking to people all the time.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we're uploading a YouTube video soon on introduction and stuff, and we're gonna move into these things slowly. We could
Yeah.
just bombard it YouTube here and then spot and then put ads everywhere and let's talk. But I think steady, slow growth is just the way to do it. I mean,
It's
the
what we're
community
about.
will grow by itself. Charity grows itself at the end of the day. Once you start
Mhm.
seeing these people are getting help and everything they need, it'll grow itself. Charity is a market all on its own.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what I love about that, about like what you're telling me here is like you guys have been consistently giving me the same answer. And it's maybe a little frustrating to my little lizard brain is like you are all about the community and you're all about charity. And it's like it just comes back to serving the community better and serving these different causes, these different causes or charities in the best way you could possibly do that. And I should just like remind if you're watching this video, these guys, from what I hear, are like 6 days old, according to
Yeah.
during this day. They
5.
5 days old. It's look, it's insane to say that, hey, a business just started 5 days ago and they're making, millions of dollars, or whatever. But what's even insaner is to say, hey, a business or an organization started 5 days ago and they've already donated, what was it, $1,000 to charity on day two?
No,
Yeah, and
day one.
Yeah.
Today
day,
is
Day
day
one.
one, sorry, and again today off air.
And again today, that where are you guys donating to, and how much?
Today we're donating to World Orphans, and it's going to be another 1,000.
Another. So you're saying in less than a week, $2,000 is going to go to World Orphans, and I'm guessing to help out orphanages or orphan children or
Yeah,
something like
it's
that.
it's part of the humanitarian causes.
Yeah.
It's what we aim for.
That's
And
amazing. That's
and
amazing. And it's like when it's like, oh gosh, when people think about what crypto is about, I love that it's like we are pushing the narrative, a true narrative that hey, we want crypto. When people want to think about investing in crypto, the first thing that they need to think about is crypto is helping the world.
yeah,
It's not, I am a firm believer that it's helping the world in its technology. Like these financial based institutions are, they're little greedy, grubby holders and they centralize all their finances and it's not as, fair to the little guy. This is my personal belief. I don't know if anyone else believes that. This is my personal belief. And that the DeFi space and the crypto space like levels the playing field in a new spectacular way. So that is one way I believe that cryptocurrency is serving the world and humanity as a whole. However, you guys are taking it a step further and saying not only just humanity as a whole as the financial institutions, but also the real world use case scenarios of like fires and orphanages and all this kind of stuff. And I love like your the conviction. I love the conviction in your voice. I love like, hey, we are willing, we are so driven by these causes that we want to make this project and we want to make sure that it's successful. So I love that. Also, I love the fact that you guys say about the community as a whole because that is the whole spirit of DeFi. That's the whole spirit of cryptocurrency is like the community. You know what I'm saying? Like in general
and that's what it's about.
is important. Yeah.
It's about coming
What
together.
drives us.
You know what the greatest thing about crypto is? Is you'll see these, you mentioned politicians a few times, and this always grinds my gear, but I mean, it's for charity at the end of the day. But like, you'll see these guys make $10 million, donate a painting that was appraised for $2 million and get a $2 million tax break. You got the painting for like $100,000. Like, come on,
Yeah.
man. This isn't charity anymore. You're doing it for your own personal cause, but
Yeah.
each his own, I guess. But I mean, the greatest thing about crypto is that you can't go claim a tax break after you donate it.
Yeah.
Crypto, it's decentralized.
And here's another thing I love about you guys. If you're watching this video, these are my honest thoughts here. I'm not. I mean, you guys heard me. I'd probably put you guys in the hot seat more than some other guests on this show. But for you guys, I hope I'm not speaking out of turn here, but you guys seem like normal dudes. You guys seem like you mean you're at work with the screens here. You're in your kitchen, and you know what I'm saying? Like you guys are normal dudes just like me, and we are seeking to like make a good impact in this world, and I'm loving it. I feel like I can connect with you guys on that personal level. So let me close out this interview here with one last question. Um, some final thoughts from you guys, if wherever you guys want to take it, which is fine. But I want to give you guys the floor, the forum, to say, hey, this is why you should consider the Humanity Project. Like give me and my fellow cowboys out here a reason why you should that final reason on why you should be jumping on board with this project.
I've got too many things to list.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the main part about it all is the cause of the token. We are dedicated to helping. Why would you not want to be a part of that? So many people are throwing their money at all of these random new tokens. Half of these people are losing their money. And
Good point.
That's not what we're about. We're about building. We're about the long term. And at the same time, you can be helping. Like there is no better incentive. It's you're not only increasing you're investing. You've got the chance of increasing your own money and helping charity, all in one go. And again, going back to what was mentioned earlier, we have got big things coming, which will be disclosed in the near future.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But like I said, the greatest thing about this is that we're looking for a bigger community and a better community, just to make the world a better place. I mean, joining the community, you don't have to get in to join the community with, $1,000, $2,000, $10,000. We welcome anyone. You want to invest $50? Great. Join the community. Help out. Choose list out your donations that you want to go out to whoever you want it to go out to. Any non-profit organization out there that needs help, of it. You're always welcome in the community. Our Telegram's open. Our Discord's going to be open. Our Twitter's open. We're all open ears. Join us. I mean, it's for a better cause at the end of the day.
100%.
Yeah. Awesome. Guys, this was a pleasure having this interview. I'm sorry, I think I cut you off, Indy. Go ahead.
I'm just going to reiterate the point that we're very transparent. We've got 0 tokens. In our faces, we are. You can go into everything we do. We're going to show. We'll back that up with proof. It's a charity driven by the community. That's what it is.
Yeah. Amazing. I really am. I really am very impressed about the conviction behind your guys' voice. In you guys' eyes that we are about the community and we're about charities. And I love your guys' stories. I know I heard Ali some of your stuff in Yemen and Jordan more. Both of you guys. I mean, I didn't get the chance to for Robert, Indy, and Ryan. Hopefully, we could do another video soon and get to know your guys' stories. I would love to see this. I mean, I looked at your website a little bit, and I just think personally, as if for charities, they thrive off of stories and storytelling, and so. That's my only recommendation to you guys. If I could, I could make a recommendation, is that I'd want to see some stories. I want to see like, hey, where does Ali come from? Like, show, like, I want to see you, like, if this is possible, I want to see you in Yemen, like, handing out food or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want to see.
Going there soon too, 100%.
Bro, I'm about it, and this is what I love. I mean, I love that you guys are so for like the betterment of humanity in general, and I guess that's why you name your token that. You know what I mean? It just makes sense.
That's what we're about.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on this interview. If you're watching this video, look, you have heard these guys yourself. You can make your decision. Look, I don't want to get sued, so I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not saying donate or join or not join. You make that call. You're the hero, dude. I'm just the guide. I'm just bringing these people together. And it looks like we found some very, very honest, transparent, and convicted people to help the world become a better place. So if you want to follow along in my journey, go ahead and hit subscribe. It's the Wild West out here, man. We gotta stick together here. Hit the notification bell. And if you are feeling particularly generous, you can do 2 things. 1, give me a like button. 2, join this project because it seems like these guys are very, very generous and open and transparent people. So I'm very impressed. You can make your own call, though, on that. And, guys, thank you guys so much again for joining me on this interview.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
See you guys. See you.
All right. See you.